Hello, and welcome to All the Alleged Details, a white collar recap podcast where we analyze each episode and go over all the little details that matter.
Mostly to us.
I'm August.
And I'm Rainy.
And we're here today to talk to you about part 2 of the extended edition of the pilot episode of White Collar.
We are. Pilot part 2.
We're going on hour 7 of, of the re-record of this because we sat and watched the pilot this morning, both episodes, and we took our notes, and then we started recording, and that took forever, and we decided we're talking too much, so hopefully we're going to be a little bit faster.
Hopefully.
We're going to try not to go by line, and I can almost guarantee you this is not going to be how the rest of the podcast is. Yeah. The rest of the podcast does not go like this. The pilot just has so many scenes, so many lines of dialogue, so many little moments that we love and we cherish, that we talk about with each other in our free time anyway.
We do.
That it makes it hard to let a single second of the show pass without dissecting it.
It's so true, because it's such a good episode, and there's so much that happens, and all of it feels so important, not just to the plot, but to the characters. So it's hard to just, let some of it go without picking it apart and analyzing it and commenting on it.
And that's the fun part about pilots, is that they are meant to establish everything. So they're just hammering you with those little details.
Yes.
Whereas the rest of the show is allowed to build up more, to leave a little bit unsaid, or to give you like filler scenes. There is no filler in the episode. Everything is critical.
Exactly. In both parts, there is no filler. Everything is necessary and everything is needed and
everything
loved
is
and
necessary.
Wanted.
So we'll try to be a little bit faster, but also we're feral. So
yeah,
you got to work with us.
Yeah, you're here to listen to us be feral. So that's you get what you get. All right, so okay. I gave us the summary for pilot part 1.
Oh shit, you do need to give the summary. I forgot again.
It's okay, I remembered. So I will give us the summary for pilot part 2 now. Let's see. We left off, they were in the archives, so we know that the bond is a forgery.
Yes.
And it picks up with the team realizing that the bonds are still negotiable, and the Dutchman must have replaced the original bond with the forgery so that when they cash the bonds, they'll be compared to the forged original, and of course there'll be a match. Neil goes home where he works with his old friend Mozzie, and they figure out who created the forged bond. He goes over to Peter's home the next morning and tells him that he found the initials CH on the bond and declares that they're looking for a man named Curtis Hagen. They track Hagen to a nearby church where he's restoring some of the paintings, and they find Hagen's initials in his work there. Hagen discovers them and recognizes that Neil has caught on to his plan. Hagen buys a plane ticket for Spain that leaves in 1 week, and Neil gets a tip from Mozzie about an address where, from the outside, Neil hears a printing press, likely mass-producing the forged bonds. Peter can't get a warrant just off of sound, and with his freedom on the line, Neil goes the next morning to the warehouse, alone, and sets off his tracking anklet. Peter gets alerted that Neil's outside his radius and follows him to the warehouse. He and the FBI team break in while Peter explains exigent circumstances allow them to enter without a warrant while chasing a fugitive, and that they can seize any evidence in plain sight regardless of the connection to the original crime. They're able to arrest Hagen and recover the original victory bond. The next day, Peter joins Neil at home and gives him his official FBI consultant badge, letting him know that their arrangement is now permanent and he's working with Peter for the next 4 years.
The crowd goes wild. I said we were going to be faster, and then in the summary I did write the full quote of what exigent circumstance was.
You sure did.
So we start with them in the FBI office discussing the bonds and everything, and there's 2 little details that I really wanted to highlight.
Go for it.
The first is that it's the first appearance of, I think, the only reoccurring character we haven't established so far in the show.
The rubber band ball is a recurring character.
It is to me.
I mean,
it's a reoccurring character to me.
I think it's in almost every episode, if not every episode.
Do you?
Yes.
That's fair. But yeah, Neil gets this little rubber band ball to fidget with, and it's vital. He plays with it now and then in a couple episodes. regularly throughout the show.
Yes.
But there's a cute little moment where Neil's throwing it up in the air repeatedly, and Peter just comes over and catches it, takes it from him.
Yes.
It's so funny for no reason.
It's so good. It's just like another little thing that is so much like their characters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's just a cute little dynamic moment between them.
It is. Oh, I love them.
And the second little detail that I had is Neil's wearing all of Byron's stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he has his feet up on the conference table. They're in the conference room. And you can see that the bottom of the shoes are worn out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's such good costuming, and they don't really do it again for the rest of the show.
Yeah.
And I kind of am mad about that. Because there's this fine line between Neil wearing really nice designer suits and Neil wearing, like, secondhand really nice designer suits.
Yes.
And that line is in showing the wear and tear in them. I wish in season 1 it would have shown more that he was wearing worn suits.
Yeah, I'll agree with that for sure. It would have been nice to see, just like have those little like details slipped in just in the costuming.
Just a little bit of finer detailing. But
yeah, it's good though.
I'll get off my soapbox.
No, I love it. I love that we get one of our first peeks into just how brilliant Neil is, because he does this complex math in his head in seconds, like faster than Jones can do it on a calculator, which is
right.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, they are calculating how much the bonds are worth.
Yes.
And yeah, Neil says whatever number. It's a big number.
It is.
And then they calculate how many sheets of the bonds and how much that's worth.
Yeah.
It's a good scene.
It is. It's a really good scene.
Neil's so smart. Elizabeth ends up calling, and so Peter tells Diana to take Neil to his desk.
Yes.
And Neil's so excited to have a desk.
He's like, I get a desk? He's so excited about it. It's so cute.
It's so cute. And so Peter's on the phone with Elizabeth, and it cuts to Elizabeth at home, and she's, okay. Damn it, I'm trying not to go scene by scene, but the scene's so good, Rainey.
We have to go scene by scene a little bit. We can skip some scenes, but we have to go scene by scene a little bit.
I'm trying to find the line. It's not working.
It's okay.
Peter and Elizabeth are on the call, and Peter realizes that he's gotten sucked into the case, and he's working too late. And they're talking. Peter says something along the lines of, like, don't tell me dinner's already ready or the table's already set or something.
Yeah.
And Elizabeth lies.
She does.
She's like, oh, I know who I married. I was prepared for you to not be here, essentially.
Right.
And it slowly pans to reveal this beautifully spread table with, like, candles and wine.
Yeah.
But it manages to not be sad, I don't think.
I agree. I think it's because she doesn't seem sad or heartbroken, like, and she doesn't seem like resigned in that like sad kind of way either. She's just like, yeah, this is my husband. This is what he does sometimes, and I'm okay with that. Like, it doesn't hurt my feelings because I understand.
Yeah. There's like, it's like a very common trope of like the workaholic husband and the
understanding wife.
I was thinking condescending. But there's always this, like, layer of disapproval.
Sadness, jealousy.
Happiness to it. Mm-hmm. But Tiffany truly embodies, she understands how Peter is. She respects his work. Mm-hmm. This is just what happens sometimes, and she rolls with it.
Yeah. Yeah. She doesn't, like, get her feelings hurt by it. She doesn't feel like she takes second place. Like, she knows she's still first to Peter, but she also understands that means, like, sometimes he has to miss dinner.
She's bummed, but she's not hurt, and she's not disappointed, and that makes all the difference in the understanding of the characters. Mm-hmm. It's beautifully portrayed, I think.
I agree.
To circumnavigate that trope and that expectations of her being, like, scorned. This is a little dramatic, but also she tells the dog to eat Peter's side of the meal.
She does. She tells Satchma to get up on the table and eat it. She's like, come here.
And then she scolds him for chewing too loudly.
You sound like your father. Oh, I love Satchmo so much.
I love Satchmo. Love Elizabeth. Great scene. Also, they film, just the camera nerd in me a little bit, is that there's like this close-up of Peter in his office, and he's like surrounded by the city lights that are all blurred out behind him.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't do enough city light portrayal in this show, so I had to highlight it.
They don't. They, like, and it's New York City. Like, come on.
Come on. The people want to see the glitz and the glamour. Enough walking on the street in the daytime.
I do love the shots of walking on the street in the daytime, though, because I feel like
there's plenty.
There are plenty, but I love the way that White Collar does it specifically, because I feel like so many shows that are set in New York just show the grime and the bustle and how, like, congested it is. But White Collar makes it look really beautiful. Really beautiful.
That's fair. They do a lot of, like, really fun, really pretty scenery shots.
They do.
But they could do pretty scenery shots at night.
Agreed. Well, then should I take us to the next scene?
Yeah, go for it.
We get a little more of Neil and Diana, which I love. I love Neil and Diana so much. And she's taking him to his desk and just talking about, like, the things about Neil that she's heard or are in his file. And some of it I love. I love, like, the fact that he sent champagne to a surveillance van. I want that story. I want to know all about that.
That's so fair.
It's so good. And then how he apparently rented offices in Trump Tower back to Trump. And, like, this is years later. Like, obviously back in 2009, we didn't know what was going to happen. But, like,
right.
I still love that little dig at Trump because fuck him.
Right. That's okay. That's so fair.
And Neil just looks so proud of himself, like, with every little thing that Diana's listing off.
And there's this one really good line from Diana, because they're talking about how to catch the Dutchman. And, well, Neil says, like, how do you think we're going to catch him? Or something like that. And Diana goes, well, we know he's got an ego. We know that he's smart and that he's got style. I guess I'd catch him by figuring out how to catch you.
Yes. I love that line. I also have that in my notes.
It's so good because it's more of that thing that I like where they're, like, complimenting Neil for what reason? They're all hyping him up.
That's true. They're hyping him up, but they're also comparing him to the current criminal, which, I mean, there are kind of a lot of similarities between Neil and the Dutchman. Right. I also love it for, like, the later on flashback episode where we learn that, I mean, Diana figuring out how she would catch Neil is essentially how they end up catching Neil. So she's not wrong.
That's fair. So it's a cute little scene between Neil and Diana.
It is.
Okay. One of the funniest scenes in this pilot is the next one where it's Peter giving Neil a ride home. Neil's like, so what are your big weekend plans? And Peter's like, I don't know. I'll fix the sink and watch the game. And Neil goes, even on your anniversary? Huh? And Peter slams on the brakes.
Yep. It's so cute. It's so cute to be that, like, Neil knew it was their anniversary before Peter even realized it.
Right. And it's cute to me. Well, it's interesting to me because, okay, so much of what Neil knows about Peter coming from any other criminal in the world, I think would be a scary stalking.
It would, 100%. But from Neil, it's not, it's cute. It's not scary. It's not threatening.
Yeah, it's just them being pals.
Yeah.
Peter just rolls with it. Peter even's like, tell me what I need to do for my wife.
Yes. He's, like, trying to get his help because he's like, I don't know what to get her. I don't know what to do. Help me, please.
And Neil starts offering up the things he knows about Elizabeth. And it's like, well, I know she's got a liberal arts degree. Oh, no. He says, I know she has a degree. So he has some level of knowledge of her. And Peter's not at all unnerved by that the criminal knows about his wife.
Yeah. He just accepts it. Like, Yeah, of course you know.
Just rolls with it.
Are we ready to talk about Peter's terrible line?
Sure.
Actually, I want to say real quick, they tried really hard in this pilot, I feel like, to make Peter like not a great husband, and I love that they abandoned that really fast because like Peter is a really good husband. He really is. He loves Elle so much, and it's so apparent, and it's one of the best things about the show.
Oh, 100%. And I think a lot of that comes from the scene we were talking about a minute ago with Elizabeth being able to like brush off that Peter wasn't there for dinner.
Yeah.
If Tiffany had not acted that scene the way she had, they would not have been able to recover.
Yeah.
I don't think they would have been able to recover as easily the Peter's a bad husband trope.
Yeah.
If that scene had gone down with any level of resentment felt from Elizabeth, it would have been a deeper hole to dig themselves out of.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So Neil's trying to give Peter advice and trying to help him like figure out what to get Elizabeth, what to do for Elizabeth. And then Peter gets offended and says this low fucking blow to Neil and says, "My wife didn't flee the country and change her name to get away from me." And Neil is so hurt. It like breaks my heart every time. And they just fall into this awkward silence. And then Peter, instead of apologizing, just says he didn't mean it. And Neil's like, yeah, you did.
Right. And then it's one of the few times Neil shuts Peter down.
Yeah.
And it's fair. It is a fair thing to do in that moment, I think.
Absolutely.
And Peter takes it. Peter does try to continue getting advice from Neil.
Yeah. And Neil's just like,
And the fun thing about that scene is that scene is the test shot from when they are casting actors. It was Tim and Matt first time working together was that scene.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Just a cute little detail of like behind the scenes of the episode is that was their first time doing I forget what they're called, like a test screening?
Yeah, or like their chemistry read.
Yeah, something like that. It was just one of their first times.
That's cute.
They talk about that in the director's commentary.
That's really
And I think it's such a good scene to highlight the relationship between Peter and Neil. My cat's being a freak. The bad thing is we've recorded into cat hours. Is it really not until episode 2 that we get introduced to Mozzie? I took these notes and I forgot that.
Yep.
Mozzie's just so integral to me. He's always there.
Yeah, my next point is literally just Mozzie.
The same. Literally with 8 Z's.
I have just the normal amount of Z's, but I have a significant amount of E's.
But this cracks me up because Neil comes home and the home is all dark.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just about to go upstairs, assumedly to his guest room, when he notices somebody sitting there. And he starts to go over and Mozzie like reveals that it's him. And Neil's like, "What the hell are you doing here in the dark?"
Yeah.
And Mozzie's like, "Oh, I met June. It's fine." And I'm like, Mozzie, how did you convince June to just leave you here sitting in the dark?
That's a good question.
You're in her home, and you're like, were you just like, hold on, I want Neil to come home to me being dramatic?
It's Mozzie, so yes.
Like, okay, we do know it is late.
It is late.
But did June just be like, yeah, I'm just going to go to bed and leave you here to your own devices? This man who's assumedly a friend of Neil's.
Yeah, he just says he's a friend of Neil's. I'm just choosing to trust that. Here's the real question. Did she turn out the lights or did Mozzie turn out the lights after she went to bed?
Oh, it was absolutely Mozzie. Unless he asked her to turn off the lights, Mozzie absolutely turned off the lights.
Oh, I love Mozzie so much.
I love him so much. What a little weirdo.
I love his style in this episode. It changes so much. I miss this style. This very like eclectic. It's so good.
Mozzie's so well dressed in the first episode. He
is.
Even gets a little fedora to match Neil's.
It's so cute.
And then they do my man dirty and they stick him in polos.
Yeah.
But they have a brief little conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if anything. You have any little details you want to analyze?
I just love...
Other than just the sheer greatness of Mozzie.
I just love, "You flew too close to the sun, my friend. They burned your wings." I love that line. It's such a beautiful line.
It's so good. Because Neil's showing Mozzie the anklet and asking him if he can
pick it. Yeah. I want to know, Neil asked Mozzie to find Kate, or like help him find Kate, figure out what happened, where she went, right? I'm curious, and I've never had this thought before until this time. Mozzie and Kate were friends before Neil was arrested. Were they in contact at all while Neil was in prison?
Ooh, that is a good question.
Right?
I don't know. I have no answers for you. I don't even have, like, speculations. Because it's one of those things where I'm like, I could see literally any answer you told me.
Yeah.
There's not a single answer out there besides maybe that they were hooking up that I wouldn't believe.
Definitely not that. Anything else? Anything else?
Anything else? Anything else under the sun? I'd be like, yeah.
I feel like they probably talked like a little bit, at least a few times. Probably saw each other a few times. Maybe. Who knows?
Maybe. I could also just see it being like, yeah, Mozzie went and did his own thing. Neil's in prison.
Yeah. I could see that too.
Mozzie went to San Francisco or something.
Yeah.
I do want to ask you, if Mozzie could pick the anklet, do you think Neil would have run?
In that exact moment?
At least in that general time frame, because he asked Mozzie if he could. You think if Mozzie was like, yeah, I have these tiny jumper cables, let me zap it.
That's a good question. You know what? Actually, yes. I think that he would have, because I think his main goal at that moment was finding Kate still.
Yeah.
He just wanted to find Kate, especially after Mozzie gives him the photo of her. 100%. I think he would have tried to find Kate.
That's fair.
What do you think?
I think that asking if Mozzie can pick it is a confession of wanting to run.
Okay, yeah. Or at least he wants to know if it's an option.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess it's another one of those things where I'm like, I could really see it anyway. I'm not strongly passionate about any answer that I could give.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I am either. I think either he just wanted to have it as an option, just to like know if it was an option, if he really needed it. But I don't know if he was like gonna just, if Mozzie said yes, if he was gonna be like, okay, do it, let's go right now.
Right. I do think Neil respects Peter too much.
Yeah.
To cut and run in that moment.
Yeah, I agree.
But I won't rule out the possibility that he could have.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Rainey.
Yes?
We are missing something, are we not? Because
what are we missing?
Neil learned about Curtis Hagen with Mozzie, doesn't he?
Yes. So my next point is Neil asking for Mozzie's help with the bond.
Okay.
I think it's cute that he asks him for help on this FBI case that he's working on. He's like, hey friend, I've missed you. Help me solve this case.
Right. And I do like that Mozzie agrees to help the feds, because as we learn, Mozzie's incredibly anti-fed.
Incredibly anti-fed. And he doesn't even argue. He's just like, okay, yeah, I'll help you.
And it's so good. It's so sweet.
I think it shows a lot how Mozzie's love for Neil supersedes Mozzie's distrust and distaste of law enforcement.
Oh, absolutely.
Which is very cute to me.
So cute. And Mozzie's the definition of a ride or die.
Yes, absolutely he is. Oh, I love them.
Love them. Ah!
And then it's Mozzie who gives Neil the idea to look for a signature, because he says the worst thing about art forgery is not being able to take credit for your work.
Oh,
which
yeah.
I think is an interesting thing for Mozzie to say, considering their history.
Fair. Elaborate.
Because he knows that Neil does a lot of art forgery. He knows, he was there when Neil was forging the bonds.
True.
So I feel like it's just kind of an interesting, what do you mean, Mozzie?
I could see it being a sentiment that Neil has expressed to him before. Being like, this is so good, I wish I could sign it.
Yeah.
I wonder if Mozzie does know that Neil has signed his work previously. Because I could see it being something that Neil's complained about before, but Neil wouldn't admit to Mozzie that he does it, because he wouldn't want Mozzie to chew him out.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that for sure.
Because Mozzie will complain about how cocky and reckless Neil is sometimes.
Yes, which he certainly is sometimes.
He certainly is sometimes. We are getting to the funniest scene in the
we are.
Okay, I said that about the car scene. Wait, quick note about the car scene, because we mentioned that we were going to talk about this in the first episode.
Mm-hmm.
They mount a camera to the car, and, like, Tim has to film through, like, a whole camera rig while he's actually driving a car in the rain.
Is that what's happening? I meant at the end.
Oh.
When Neil's driving the car.
No, that's also true. But in the rain scene, they also have it mounted to the car. And I think in the director's commentary, they talk about how it was kind of stressful because not only were they filming through the rain, but they were filming around the camera setup.
That's so fun. I love them.
Do you want to talk about the Burke's home scene?
Sure. So we get a little peek into the Burke home, and another instance of Peter being not the best husband in the world. He is
stressed about the anniversary.
Stressed about their anniversary. So he's snooping through his wife's things, but it's not like anything that she's hidden. It's all things that are out in plain view. So is he really snooping?
He's going through her shelves trying to figure out what she likes.
Yeah, he's like, what music does she listen to? What books does she read? Yeah.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. And then he gets a call from Jones, and he's told that Caffrey's anklet has activated, and he starts running down the stairs to tell Elizabeth that he's got to go get Neil because Neil ran, yeah. And then Neil is just sitting on the couch with Elizabeth, and they both just look up together at the same time, same expression on their face. It's so cute.
It's so good.
I love it.
It cracks me up because Peter's like running down the stairs. Like, Elle, I gotta go. Neil's triggered his anklet. And then he stops and he stares. And you can hear Jones on the other side of the phone going, Peter?
Yeah.
Peter? And Peter just really quickly goes, I've got Caffrey. And Jones is like, what?
And then he just hangs up.
And then he just hangs up.
He does not elaborate.
He literally goes like, I've got Caffrey. Yeah, and hangs up. It's like, no questions.
No questions.
No questions from you. I've got questions.
Yes. Namely, what the fuck are you doing on my couch next to my wife?
With my wife and my dog.
Yes.
He goes up to Neil and he's like, how did you get here? And the most deadpan Neil ever is in the show, I swear. He just goes, cab. It cracks me up.
Do you think that the cab driver was like, what the fuck is that beeping? Are you okay? What is happening?
I don't think it's beeping. And I don't think this version of the anklet beeps. Because when he gets to the warehouse, it doesn't beep.
That's true. I wonder, I always wonder this, like, was that nerve-wracking for Neil? Was he just fully confident that he could just go to Peter's house and it would be fine? Or do you think he had, like, a second of hesitation where he was like, this could fuck me so badly?
He might have had a second of hesitation, but he goes for a good enough reason, I do believe.
He does. He's like, I made a break. I want to go tell him in person.
Yeah.
Neil might not even have a cell phone at that point. So he might have not had any way to tell Peter except to just go tell Peter.
Right. Peter's so mad that Neil's on his couch. And Neil and Elizabeth are just like, oh, we were just talking. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, just talking. It's fine.
And Neil's literally like, is it true that you put Elizabeth under surveillance before you asked her out?
It's so cute.
It's so cute. He's like gently like scolding Peter, and Elizabeth's on his side as he does it. Elizabeth is Neil's number one fan.
Absolutely. I love thinking about this scene because, like, she had to be so curious about Neil, about this man that she admitted herself was competing with for 3 years. Like, she, like, meeting him had to be such a big moment for her, I feel like. She
was stoked. He showed up on her doorstep, and she's like, yes, finally.
It's so good. And then Peter gets so petty and he's like, I'm putting you back in prison. Yeah. And he legitimately makes a phone call. Like, you can hear it ringing. Petty Peter.
It was so good.
It's so good.
And Neil goes like, well, I can tell you who the Dutchman is. And Peter hangs up. No.
Yeah.
He's like,
Not
I could.
until
And
Neil...
then he says it's Curtis Hagen. And that's when Peter hangs up.
Yeah. Peter doesn't hang up until Neil gives him a name.
Yeah. Which, fair. If Peter's going to draw the line somewhere, I think that's fair.
I think Peter maybe overreacted a little bit.
It's true, but it's very funny.
It is so funny. I love it. Then he shows him the initials in the bond that he found. Mm-hmm. And Peter doesn't buy it at first. And then Neil tells him that he signed his own bonds and that Peter should look at them under polarized light.
Right.
And that's also a little detail that I really love, because throughout the whole series, Neil is very careful to never like actually admit to anything that he's done. Like, he's always very coy about it and says like allegedly, hypothetically.
Right.
Just like will never actually admit, except the only thing that he is open about and is like, yeah, the bonds that you caught me on, I signed them. And I think it's because he was caught. It's no use being coy anymore.
That's
and
fair.
I think he does want to tell Peter, like, he wants to talk about his crimes with him, but he knows that he can't because there's still open investigations against Neil.
Right.
It's just a cute little thing to me.
Yeah, it's an interesting little background thing about Neil, where there's so much of his life that he can't talk about with Peter.
Yeah, but I think he wants to, it's cute.
It is very cute. When they go to leave, because they're going to go investigate Curtis Hagen, Elizabeth tells Neil that it was nice to meet him after all these years.
Yes, it's so cute.
It just really shows how much Elizabeth's not threatened by either Neil or Peter's job.
Yes.
It builds up onto what we were saying earlier.
Also, this is so small, but like when Peter opens the door to go and like go to work with them, he had told Neil to go to the car, right?
Yeah.
Neil is sitting on the doorstep and you can see him.
Yeah.
It's so cute to me because they didn't have to do that. Nobody was gonna, well, most people weren't gonna notice that, but they did it anyway. He was sitting there on the doorstep. It's just cute. You can just see the little outline of his back.
But I do like that he's just right outside that front door. I wonder if it's like a filming thing where it's like Matt could only go so far for some reason. But even if it was that, there's like a full camera change. There was no reason he had to actually be outside the door.
Exactly. That's why I like it so much. Like, he could have just not been there and nobody would have questioned it because Peter said to wait in the car. But he is there and it feels like a choice.
So they go to this church where Curtis Hagen's doing art restorations. And there's a very funny scene for multiple reasons. But the church is closed because they're renovating it. And the priest comes in to stop them. And Peter immediately backs down, which is very unlike Peter to do, I think.
Yeah.
The priest comes up and he's like, sorry, we're closed. And Peter just goes like, oh, okay, sorry. And like tries to leave. It's like, Peter, what kind of FBI agent are you?
Right? It's a very not Peter thing to do. Maybe Peter's uncomfortable in church because he's lapsed. And he's like, oh, shit.
Maybe, but it's just... like, surely something could have happened, but Neil takes over. He fixes it by throwing Peter under the bus.
Yes, making it seem like Peter's struggling with fidelity because he's attracted to Diana.
Yeah.
And then Peter's like, did you just lie to a priest? And Neil's like, do you think Diana's attractive? Okay, then we're fine.
Right. It's so weird, but it's funny. Like, it's so the show gets creepy and it's like sexualization sometimes.
Yeah, like in the car.
Yeah, they skew a little pervy at times. And this scene touches on that, but it is funny, unlike some of the other times.
Yeah.
It's funny to me.
It's cute. It's funny to me, too. It's very cute.
And so they go up to this wall that is under progress, but Curtis Hagen isn't around at the moment.
Yeah.
And Peter says, well, if this Curtis Hagen guy is so great, why haven't I ever heard about him?
Mm-hmm.
And Neil says, well, you only know the guys that get caught. Those are the second best criminals. And Peter goes, I caught you. Or what? No, he goes, what does that say about you? And Neil goes, there's an exception to every rule.
And then Peter hits him with, I caught you twice.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. It's just that, their banter and just instantly humbling Neil.
It's so good.
I love their banter so much. And then it continues because Neil finds the initials in the painting. He finds the C and H. And Peter is just like, I don't know if he's intentionally being obtuse or he was just like, I don't know.
He's really getting a rise out of Neil in the moment. If he's purposely being difficult.
And Neil's like, you know the alphabet.
Yeah. So
fucking cute.
It's so funny. And I know that when you watch the shortened version, the original run, that scene's nearly entirely cut.
That makes me so sad.
It does. But it makes me wonder if it's just Tim and Matt, like, knowing they have to fill space for Curtis Hagen's actor to walk over. So they have to look like they're doing that entire, 30 seconds. So they're just wobbling.
It's so good. Like, whether it was ad-libbing by them or if it was in the, script, either way, I love it so much.
Peter's just naming off all these things that it could be that aren't letters. He's like, it could be a battleship. It could be...
Could be an arrowhead.
Could be an arrowhead. And Neil's so mad.
It's so cute. Neil is just so irritated. Oh, I love it. I love it.
One little line that I have written down is that Peter's like, you don't need a... Oh, no, this is earlier at the house. Neil has a little mirror to show the letters in the correct orientation, I guess. And Peter has a little quip. He's like, well, you don't need a mirror to see an H. And it's just a little ad-lib or something that cracks me up.
I think Peter's just he's just irritated and he's trying to just...
He has these weird little sassy one-liners and they get me every time.
They're so good. I just love them.
So Curtis Hagen walks over.
He does.
I
just have Mark fucking Shepard.
Nice. True. It is Mark fucking Shepard. But he comes over with this really interesting energy that I like, where he recognizes Neil immediately and plays up that recognition really condescendingly.
Yes.
He's like, your face looks really familiar. Have I seen it on the news? Or maybe on the Most Wanted webpage?
Yes. And Neil just has this moment, he just eyes him and he just knows they have a silent moment and it's so good.
Yeah, another one of those little acting moments.
Yes.
Where everything's said in the silence and then the body language and then the facial expressions. After he's like, have I seen you on the Most Wanted webpage? Neil sticks his hand out to do a handshake and introduce himself.
Yes.
And Hagen goes, pardon me if I don't shake hands with art thieves.
Yes.
And Neil's like,
I was never arrested for art theft.
Yeah. It's a good moment to sidestep how snide Hagen's being in that moment.
Yes, it is. They're so good.
They do go back to the office. Peter has Neil come to his office and slides him a piece of paper. And Neil's all excited because he thinks it's vital information. Yeah. And it's Elizabeth's visa bill. Because Peter's gone into full creep territory.
Yeah. Neil's just so you're stalking your own wife.
And they have a really cute moment.
They do.
Where Neil's like, you're not going to find what will make Elizabeth happy just through knowing her, shallow interests and stuff like that. Her books and...
Yeah, her eBay bids.
Yeah. Her eBay bids. Sorry, my audio processing took a minute.
You're good.
So Peter asks about the bottle. He's like, okay, well, what does the bottle mean then? And Neil's like, well, it's this very fancy wine, a Bordeaux somehow. And Peter's like, yeah, that's an expensive wine. And Neil's like, yeah, if you get them full, I got it empty.
Exactly.
And it's such a good moment because Peter's like, well, why the fuck would you want an empty wine bottle?
Mm-hmm.
And Neil's like, well, we would fill it up with cheap wine and we would pretend we were living a better life than we are.
Yeah.
And having that bottle was the promise of a better life. And instead, I was arrested for half a decade. Yeah. And Kate left. And so he asks Peter the really good question of, have you made Elizabeth any promises that you haven't kept?
Yeah. It's a really good question. I also like this moment of like soft Neil where you can see like how much he's still hurting over Kate and how bad he feels like that he didn't get to make good on his promise to her and that he did get locked up. Like, he doesn't care that he was locked up for him. He cares that he was locked up because it hurt her.
It took away what she wanted, which was a life with him.
Yeah.
And we know, we have opinions on Kate through the rest of the season.
Yes, we do.
But up to this point, Kate's been a really good girlfriend. She visited him every week. On the same day, every week she was there.
She did. She visited him every week while he was in prison. She did do that.
And we find out more about their background and stuff later. Like, if we're just taking the pilot alone, if we're only observing Kate from this episode and not what we know about Kate later, then they have a good relationship. It's weird that she's gone, and Neil's right to mourn her.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm not gonna let other episode prejudice get to me.
Okay.
Not in this moment, at least.
Well, Diana comes in and interrupts their cute moment with her information.
She comes in, and the first thing she says is, "There's a fine line between passion and stalking."
Yes, and then Neil says, "Only if you're ugly."
Sorry, that's another line I had to quote.
It's like terrible, and I hate it, but also it's cute and I love it. I also love Peter basically gives Diana, or like tells her to forge his signature, and she's like, "Oh, I always do." And I love that because, like, if Neil ever forged Peter's signature, Peter would be pissed, but he wants Diana to do it.
Right. It's very interesting because it shows Peter is fine with breaking rules.
Mm-hmm.
He's very comfortable with it. It just has context. He's very context reliant.
There's conditions.
There's a lot of conditions. But it is very cute that Diana is just like, "Yep, I forged your signature."
Yep. She's like, "I always do." Peter's like, "That's what I want to hear." Neil goes home and asks Mozzie. We're doing the scene by scene again, I'll get.
Yep, we're just gonna have to deal with it. Okay. Neil does get the photo of Kate, and he sends Mozzie looking for more information. And Mozzie comes back the next morning as Neil's arriving at Federal Plaza. And there's a couple little things here that I wanted to mention. That's why I wanted to get to the scene specifically. One is that Mozzie in this crowd smoking is just ridiculous. The whole thing's ridiculous. I don't know why they thought this was the way to do it. Because of course, as soon as Neil goes over there to smoke with Mozzie, Jones goes with him. And so they have this whole quote-unquote coded conversation.
But Jones is right there.
Jones is right there. And the conversation's weird as fuck. Like, of course Jones is suspicious.
Right.
Mozzie's, like, smoking without the cigarette filter on and talking about smoking without the cigarette filter on and just being really obvious about being weird. And Jones obviously catches on to it.
Yes. It's so good.
It's so good. Just the way that it's so weird and it's so obvious. It's like, I have an affection for it because I'm like, this scene's not great. That makes me love it.
It's
because there had to have been better things.
Oh, there had to have been a better way for Mozzie to get this address to Neil.
Mozzie could have, like, just dropped the whole pack of cigarettes in Neil's pocket.
Yes.
Inconspicuously, and had that written in it. Why are they having this complex, weird conversation? But it's so, like, they're fine. It's just very silly.
It is very silly.
It's the same energy as Neil just happening to run into June as she's donating Byron's old clothes. It's like, we understand that the scene's a little illogical. We run with it. We love it.
Yeah.
We love it for what it is.
We do.
But I did say at the end of the last episode that there's a reused shot with when they're looking at the archives. And in the next scene, it's a really close-up of Neil unfurling the cigarette back at the office.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell that when you go back to the National Archives shot, one, obviously the shots reused there. Like, it's a one-to-one comparison. And that you can tell that they reused that. Well, obviously you can recognize it back at the scene with the National Archives. But I can tell that it's that this scene was recorded first and not that from the National Archives was brought to this scene because of the way that they color grade the close-ups with back at the National Archives. Where when you watch like the wide shots with the archives, it's very warm toned, very yellow, very beige, very brown. But then you get to these close-ups and it's cool toned and the whites are so bright. But in the close-ups, it's very cool toned and the whites are very bright. And that's more reflective of the cigarette scene because Neil's at the FBI office and all of those shots are filmed very cool and bright. And so there's some really interesting editing that happened back at the National Archive scene to make that transition of color grading not quite so jarring, where they just blend it together really well. It took us this many rewatches to notice that those close-ups of Neil's face are reused.
I mean, I wouldn't have noticed it ever if you hadn't pointed it out.
So they get the information on Hagen, and it leads them to a warehouse down at the marina. And there's this really good little bit of them watching from a distance and, like, gauging the security and stuff at the warehouse.
Yes.
But then this van nearby starts up, and there's this really cute moment between them where they both, like, wiggle their eyebrows and smile before they get behind the moving van and, like, chase it down to get closer to the warehouse without being seen.
Mm-hmm. It's so cute. Like, they're just so in sync. They don't even have to say anything. They just know what each other's thinking, and they just go with it. They just do it.
With an eyebrow wiggle and a smile. Yeah.
I love it. I love them.
And another thing that I'll bring up from the director's commentary is Tim gets mad because in the shortened version, they cut that whole, like, running with the van thing.
Ah.
It goes straight from, like, I found Hagen, whatever, to them right next to the warehouse listening to the sound of the printing press in the inside of the warehouse. And Tim's like, it makes no sense. We're just suddenly out of breath. And I'm like, you've got a good point, my man.
Yeah.
That's a valid complaint to have.
It is. It is.
And the whole running behind the van scene's so good. Surely there's other things that could have been shortened.
It's so good. All right. So they hear the printing press inside. And Neil is really frustrated because he's like, let's just fucking go inside. And Peter's like, we can't go inside.
That's not how the police work, Neil.
Yeah. We have to get a warrant. We have to, you know. And so they go back to the office. They get recording equipment, record the sound, and then go back to the office. And Peter's like, great, this is a start. But we can't get a warrant just based off of sound. Like, we can't just say we hear this printing press, we know it's in there. We need more.
We know they're printing things that are illegal bond forgers.
Yeah. So Peter asks Neil, this is when I'm about to go on a monologue. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Peter asks Neil to talk to his friend because he knows, like, he saw Mozzie. He saw them smoking together and Jones was there. Like, he knows. So Peter's like, I need to talk to your friend that gave you the address. I need to know how he got this information so that we can use it to get our warrant. And Neil is very hesitant and doesn't want to do it because he's trying to protect Mozzie, which is, you know, Neil being a good friend. And Peter's like, I don't care what he's done. It's not going to go blow back on him. I'm not going to try to arrest him or dig into him. I just need to talk to him so that we can get our warrant. And Peter says, you got to trust me, do you? And Neil, like, very resignedly but very quickly is like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
He's a little annoyed he trusts Peter in this moment.
He is. But then he turns the tables on Peter and he says, one other thing. Do you trust me? And then we don't get Peter's answer to that question because it immediately switches to them walking down the street. And Neil is telling Peter that he's been looking for Kate. He shows Peter the picture of Kate. And Peter is immediately disappointed. Not surprised, just disappointed. And he's like, you're putting me in a tough spot. And Neil is standing there literally begging Peter to take him to San Diego after the case is done. He makes it very clear, after everything with the Dutchman is over, please go with me to San Diego so that I can try to find Kate. And Peter just shuts him down completely. And poor little Neil is so upset. And he's so like, he's just trying to make this case for Peter to go with him. And he's like, I brought this to you. Doesn't that count for something? And Peter just immediately says no. And Neil's face when Peter says no is so like, he's shocked, I think, because that's the first time that he's realizing like being open with Peter and telling him everything is sometimes not going to mean a damn thing. And I think it like crushes his view of Peter just a little bit. It like shifts it a little bit because he's like being very vulnerable and very open. And he's like, I brought this to you. You're telling me it doesn't mean anything. And Peter's like, yeah, no, it doesn't mean shit. You're not going anywhere.
I wouldn't go so far as to say it changes his view of Peter.
Really?
Because I think, well, I don't think it was ever very reasonable that he would get to go to San Francisco.
It's not. I wouldn't say Peter not being willing to go is what changes it. I think it's just, I brought this to you, doesn't that count for something? And Peter saying no. I think that specific interaction.
Yeah. Because I think it's one thing to say that Neil's really disappointed in that interaction, but I don't think it changes how he thinks of Peter, because it seems like a very Peter interaction. It's very much how Peter's based in reality and stuff, and it's very much Peter's perspective of Kate in this moment.
But I think that's the first time that Neil is getting that. Because, yeah, it's very on brand for Peter. It's very in character for Peter. But I think that's the first time that Neil sees it.
I don't think so. But
okay.
that's we're allowed to disagree on this podcast.
We are.
I like the moment, and I like that it breaks Neil's heart a little bit. But it's just very like the whole Kate thing has to stay close to his chest.
Yeah.
He's not going to get the help that he wants from Peter at this moment.
Yeah.
But he was also hiding information from Peter anyway.
Yeah. I don't know. There's just like, it does something to me that him being like, I brought this to you. Doesn't that count for something? And Peter saying, no, I don't know. That line specifically.
I can see why it hits the way it does. I just don't personally headcanon that.
That's fair.
I do have the line in that scene of Peter going, how many times are you going to destroy your life for this girl?
Yes.
And I really like that line.
Yeah. Peter's like he's trying to be very patient with Neil and being like, dude, she dumped you. It's time to move on. You have to let her go.
It's not even that. Well, it is, but it's not only that. Where it's like, you've already fucked yourself with 3 months left on a 4-year sentence.
Yeah.
Stop trying to ruin this good thing I've given you with this cockamamie plan that you're going to go to San Francisco.
Yeah.
Just sit here and enjoy the good deal I've given you. Neil's got it as basically as good as he could possibly get it.
He really
while still
does.
Serving a 4-year sentence.
He really does.
He needs a little bit of feet on the ground.
He needs to be brought back from the clouds.
Yep.
He needs a rock.
So we're going to get into a scene that I want to clarify does not exist in canon.
Yeah, well,
this scene,
it doesn't exist in the DVD version of the pilot.
No, it doesn't exist in canon.
Okay.
Because of the fact that Peter continues to not know who Mozzie is for several episodes.
That's true.
So it's important to clarify that this interaction is no longer canonical, because otherwise it gets confusing when Peter doesn't know who Mozzie is for several episodes.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, now you can get into it.
Oh, okay. So we...
Oh, do you have more to say? Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
I don't.
I thought I was rambling about it too much.
You weren't. You were just like, okay, your turn. And I was like, oh, cool. My note says fucking Mozzie. So...
I forgot, sorry.
But we get to like, Peter meets Mozzie non-canonically, but it's their first interaction together, and it's so fun because Mozzie's just in this like locksmith shop and makes Peter take out both of his cell phones, remove the battery. Like, he's so paranoid, and the whole time Neil is just like, he's cool, can we please just do this?
Right.
It's cute.
Neil's giving the energy of bringing a date home to paranoid parents.
Yes. That's exactly
it's like, he's
the
fine.
energy.
Can we just sit down? Just say what you need to say, Mozzie.
It's so cute. And then Mozzie has this very thin, very convoluted connection that somehow links Hagen with Pintor, which means painter, which is... the warehouse is like registered or owned by someone named Pintor. I don't know. It's very
convoluted. Talk about a scene that we would have to quote line by line.
Literally.
If you wanted to make any sense out of it.
The connections
waffles are involved
thin.
somehow.
Yes, Belgian waffles.
There's no way to understand it. And Neil sitting there grinning. As
like it makes perfect sense.
Like it makes perfect sense. He's sitting there grinning as Mozzie gives off all this information. And then Mozzie's done. And Neil looks over at Peter. Peter, who's just appalled by this convoluted story he was just told. And the way Neil's face falls.
It's so good. Because he's so proud of Mozzie. He's like, yeah, look at you, so smart, making these connections. And then he looks at Peter, and he's just like, oh, fuck.
He's like, oh, shit, I'm real. Like, it occurs to Neil in that moment how weird what he just heard was.
Yeah, it's like it didn't register until he looked at Peter and was like, oh, wait.
Yeah, this is a whole lot of mess. And they go outside, and Peter's ranting. He's like, I can't do anything with this.
Yeah.
And Neil's like, I didn't know it would sound that bad.
He also says, look, I told you Mozzie was crazy.
Yeah.
I love the way he says that, crazy. It's so good. So Peter's frustrated. They go back to the office, and Neil's frustrated. He's like, the bonds are right there. Just go in. You know that they're there. And Peter's like, well, that's why my job is harder than yours. And Neil is a little offended by that line.
Yeah. He goes home and he starts reading the warrant law.
He does.
He kind of agrees with Peter, and he starts trying to figure out how the fuck they can arrest Hagen legally.
Yeah, he's literally laying around in June's home reading this warrant law book. So he's like doing his homework. He's trying to be a good little CI.
And he gets a big idea.
He does. And he just steals June's car.
Well, technically it's Byron's car. It has a little bee keychain.
Oh, yeah. Well, he just takes it. He's like, June won't mind.
He does just take it.
June won't mind.
I don't know. Maybe he asked. He's in his pajamas. He has to get dressed into a suit and everything. So maybe he asked June. Who knows?
Maybe. But we do see him get up off the couch, grab the keys, put them in his pocket, and then suddenly he's in the car.
Yeah. I'm just saying. It's early in the morning.
Yes.
Peter's in bed.
Yeah. So do you think he woke June up at like 4 a.m. and said, hey, can I take the car?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe she's up.
Maybe. Old people do like to get up crazy early.
Well, I was thinking more along the lines of like June had a criminal husband, maybe, and like they had like late night poker and stuff. Maybe she's a night owl. Maybe she's up until 4. I don't know. You don't know June's life.
This is very true.
When nothing's said, I can make anything possible.
That's white collar fanon right there. I can make anything possible.
Okay. Peter wakes up to the marshals calling him, or Jones, or somebody. Peter wakes up to being told that Neil's run again.
Mm-hmm.
And this time it's more believable because Neil feels backed into a corner. Because if they can't catch Hagen, then Neil's trial run as a CI is over.
Yeah, and he's going back to prison. It cuts to Neil driving the Jaguar to the warehouse. And he just gets out and starts taking pictures of the building. And these goons are so stupid. Because they see this guy taking pictures, and he has a good, like, plausible reason for being there. He's like, oh yeah, I'm a photography student, and pictures of rusty sheet metal are just an easy A.
Right.
Which I believe 100%.
And he's got, like, a really nice camera and stuff. It's not just, like, a Kodak.
Yeah, it's like a art student camera. And they bring him inside. They're like, no, you're doing surveillance. And they bring him inside where all this evidence is, where they're printing these bonds. And then they lock him inside of Hagen's office.
No. Doesn't Neil pickpocket the locks from somebody and lock himself in the office?
Yes, they throw him in there and he locks the door. So stupid. Why would you do this? Why would they do this?
It is very silly. It's very funny. It's another one of those just roll with it kind of things.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a little detail that matters and doesn't matter. In the scene where Neil goes to the Burks, he's wearing the black pea coat again. But when he's smoking with Mozzie, he's wearing this, gray striped coat.
Yeah.
But then it cuts back to when he's at the warehouse, he's wearing the black pea coat again.
Yeah.
Which means that, in my head canon, that Peter brought him the coat. It means that he wore the coat for Elizabeth to see that he was wearing it.
Oh
and
my God.
He wore the coat when he knew he was doing something bad. Because he has another coat. He could wear it.
Was it that he knew he was doing something bad, or was it that he knew Peter was going to come and get him? And so he was like, look, I'm wearing your coat.
I think it's the same thing. He knew Peter was going to catch him doing something bad.
That's so cute.
It's a tiny little suck-up detail of I'm wearing the coat you got me.
Fucking Neil is such a little shit. I love him so much.
I was not prepared for the little shit. I thought you were going to be like, he's so cute or something, but you're like, he's such a manipulative bastard.
I love him.
I could have probably put that in the rapid fire, but whatever. We're losing it.
I love it.
This is hour 11 of our day.
Yeah. So Neil is just sitting in Hagen's office looking so smug. He looks so pleased as punch to be in there. Hagen's pissed off.
Hagen's office that is made of bulletproof glass also.
Yeah. And finally he pulls up his pant leg to show Hagen the anklet, right when you can start to hear the sirens. Yeah. And Hagen is pissed. Says one of the best lines in the whole show. You are a particular kind of bastard.
You're a particular kind of bastard line. So good.
So good. He says, I hope whatever they're giving you, it's worth it. And Neil says it is. And I just love that little line. I love it.
It's so good. And it encapsulates so much.
It does.
So the whole place gets swarmed by the FBI agents and everything that are there to only chase Neil and not at all to circumnavigate warrant law and bust into this place somewhat illegally. Peter comes strutting in with Diana. It's as soon as they enter the place, he goes, opens the door and goes, this is what they call exigent circumstance.
Mm-hmm.
So, he already knows, you can tell that he already knows that there's a different crime going on as soon as he enters the building.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. He knows exactly what, okay. I'm going to backtrack just a second because we have that shot of Peter in the car, trying to find Neil, like chasing after him, and he gets the call from the marshals that give him like the address of where he is, and the second that they give him the address, he just starts grinning because he knows exactly where Neil is and exactly what he's doing.
Okay, you are mostly right.
Oh.
Because he gets the call that Neil's at the marina, and he goes, the marina? And it's not until he sees the warehouse and starts turning.
That's true.
That he gets that smile on his face. Sorry, I'm nitpicking.
No, it's valid. But it's so good.
It's so good. Every time I hear Peter go, the marina, I'm like, is it not obvious, Peter? What about this are you not understanding?
Maybe for half a second he was like, Neil's escaping by boat?
But I do want to know how this case went down. Because I'm like, this seems premeditated.
Yes.
How did this trial go for Hagen? How did they testify, Peter and Neil?
That's such a good point.
I need to see that court case.
I also, like, I kind of wish that we got to see Reese, like, yelling at them. Because
Peter's boss.
Reese was like, this worked one time and it's never going to work again. Don't you ever do something like this again. The next time you try this, you will be back in prison.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
We don't use exigent circumstances to solve cases like this.
It's so fair. That is purely a pilot thing only.
Yes.
Mozzie does bring it back up later in the show, but...
He does.
Then there's a really cute scene where Neil unlocks the door for Peter to Hagen's office, and they both sit shoulder to shoulder on Hagen's desk, like swinging their legs. They're so giddy.
Cute. It's so cute. They have their little, like, banter moment.
You're really bad at this whole running away thing.
This makes me 3-0. Neil's like, guess I'm not trying hard enough.
Yeah. They're so sweet.
I love them. I also love, like, the detail that Neil made sure to open the cabinet before Peter got there so that the original bond would be in plain view.
In plain sight.
Yeah.
Because they wouldn't have been able to get to it otherwise, so it had to be in plain view.
Exactly. Neil, like, picked the cabinet lock to make sure that it was open.
Yeah. The writing's in this show's so smart sometimes.
Really, truly.
I don't want to get into it too much. It's not really a scene to dissect, but for the sake of conveying everything that happens in the episode, there's a little scene of Peter and Elizabeth on Neil's balcony.
Yes, and it's all, like, set up all tropical and cute with, like, the tropical music.
Yeah, Peter set up lights and fake plants and a little fire pit and stuff, and he surprises her with a trip to the Caribbean.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
Because he's always promising to her that they would go on vacation sometime. Just like Neil was promising to Kate that they'd have a better life together at one point in time.
Yeah.
And so that's the resolution to that conflict. I just wanted to make sure we covered that.
Yeah. And it's very cute. It's very, very cute.
It's very cute.
Sweet. And it clearly means a lot to Elizabeth.
Yeah, she's stoked. And so we get to our final scene.
Yes.
Rainy.
Yes.
Our final thing to discuss, which is it transitions from night with Peter and Elizabeth to day with Neil. And Peter shows up. And it basically is just, like, cute. And they sit down for breakfast together. Or coffee, at least.
Very
and
cute.
Neil's like, did they make a decision? Because he's only on a trial run.
Right.
They arrested Hagen, but he's still not confirmed to be a CI yet.
Right. So he needs to know, like, are they going to let him keep being a CI, or is he going back to prison?
And there's this really cute moment that I really like of him being like, did they make a decision yet? And Peter kind of takes a deep breath and sighs. He's dramatic. And then he pulls out a little ID and goes, we figured if we didn't give you this, you'd make one of your own.
Yes.
And it's a little official FBI badge. Ah!
It's so cute. And then Neil's smile is so, like, he's just beaming ear to ear. It's fucking adorable.
Yeah.
I've started cursing more. I'm so sorry.
We're giggling a lot. We're cursing more. We're almost done.
We're so close. But it's so cute. Neil gets so excited. I love how excited he is. it's cute that Peter asks for reassurance because they're about to go on their trip to Belize. And so he asks Neil, he's like, "You'll be here when I get back?" And I think it's cute that he asks that because he's actually like legitimately worried. He's like in that moment saying, "Please don't run while I'm on vacation with my wife."
Right. Let me enjoy this.
Yeah.
You bastard.
And Neil is just like, "Where else am I going to go?" And they both know San Diego. That's where you would go after Kate. We know.
Literally.
That was literally my last point. So.
Ooh. I have a few in the last bit that we kind of sped through that Hagen arrest scene.
We did.
Rapid fire, speed run, whatever we're calling it.
Do you want me to start?
Yeah, go for it.
I just have this one point because it just hit me this rewatch that it was the book dealer who had to steal the bond. Like Hagen made the book dealer steal it from the archives and replace it with the forgery. And I just thought that was really interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
My first leftover note is because in the car, Peter's like, "I have to do more for our anniversary than a nice restaurant and sex." And Neil's like, "Okay, we'll just cut the nice dinner part."
Right.
And Peter's like, "We've been married a decade. That doesn't cut it anymore."
Right.
I kind of like that sentiment where it's like, if we want to do more than that, then that's treaded ground.
We got to do more than have mind-blowing sex. That same scene, this is like such a little thing, but Peter's talking about watching the Giants game, and every single time I'm like, "The Giants, Peter, you are a Yankees fan. What are you doing?"
I've never caught that before. That's so funny. I also have, because Neil's aghast that Peter doesn't know anything about Elizabeth's interest, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, "When you were chasing me, you knew my shoe size, what time I woke up in the mornings."
It's so cute.
And Peter's like, "That's the job." And I'm like, "Is it, Peter? Is that the job or is it Neil?"
Yeah. Is that the job or were you just a little too obsessed? I had a little point in here that it's not that he doesn't know about Elizabeth. It's not that he doesn't know his wife. I think he's just been too focused on the Dutchman case and then on Neil and like Neil's offer to him that took up so much of his brain power that he forgot to think about what to do for their anniversary.
That's fair. Because it's been like a 3-month ordeal up to this point.
Exactly.
That he's been mourning this and also chasing the Dutchman.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can see that happening. I have later did they learn that Hagen's going to run to Spain. I have Peter saying, if we lose him, you're back in prison. I can't save you.
Yes.
I love that Peter is thinking of this, at least on some level, that he's saving Neil, either from prison or from something. He's like, "I'm trying to give you a good life here, dude.
Yeah.
We're trying to make things right for you after you made this big mistake."
Yeah. I love that. I realized when they like first go to scope out the warehouse and they're standing by that truck, they're standing literally right behind the truck. So like one, they're lucky that there just happens to be a truck here, and two, they are very clearly in the way of the people trying to unload this truck, and they give no fucks about it, and the people who are unloading the truck are also just like fine with them standing literally right there. What are you guys doing?
That's so funny. I have in my next bit, I have Peter telling Neil I found my bottle once he figured out what present to give Elizabeth, which is the vacation. I think that's really sweet. I think that's really cute.
It's very
cute. It's like, "Oh, I found what my wife wishes for." It has this shorthand of "I found my bottle." Yeah,
it's very cute. We did talk about Neil like reading the warrant law book, but I wanted to talk about the way that I put it in my notes because it's very clearly like he's laying down and he's reading this book, and I think you can see like the moment he reads about exigent circumstances, because he literally takes that moment and like gets up and puts it into action. And so I put in my notes, he really read that passage about exigent circumstances and said, "Bet."
He like looks down at his anklet and everything. It's very funny.
It's so good.
I have in my notes in the same scene that he's just shirtless downstairs
Right.
in like PJ pants.
He's laying on June's couch in her living room, just shirtless, just lounging, reading a book. Neil, what are you doing?
And like, I get it, men, I guess.
I guess.
It feels like a very man moment. I'm
Yes.
like, you're still a guest in her home, sir. She barely knows you. You're just strutting around shirtless in your PJ bottoms. Got comfortable real quick. But also they hadn't built like the bedroom set yet, so it's fine. It just makes me giggle.
Me too. It's so like odd. I love when they go into the warehouse and Peter's just like, oh, there's your lawyer.
Yeah. That's one more thing from the director's commentary is that's an ad lib from Tim.
I love that.
It's so good. I'm gonna jump us back in time a little bit because I had a couple notes before the warehouse and I just want to rapid fire them at you so we can keep going forward.
Do it.
I have after Neil and Mozzie smoke and Peter is like, I want to meet Mozzie. He goes like, do you think Jones is an idiot? I'm like, obviously, Neil. You guys were being so suspicious that whole conversation. Of course Jones caught on. I have, when they actually meet Mozzie, Peter pulls out 2 phones, and he says one specifically for calling his wife. I love that he has a calling his wife phone.
It's cute. It's a cute little detail.
Because I assume that's like, if this phone rings, it's Elizabeth.
Yeah.
And I like him having that separation.
Me too.
And then I have, after they leave Mozzie's little lockpick shop, whatever it is, he asks Neil, does God owe you any favors?
Yes.
And it's just another sassy Peter line that makes me giggle.
It's cute. It's a good one.
Okay, that's everything I had before the warehouse.
All I have, I'm just gonna rapid fire a few at you.
Okay.
We got to see the anklet in like the first shot of the episode. I don't know why I like seeing the anklet.
That's fair. I'm sure that'll be in a lot of rapid fire moments.
The picture of Peter and Elizabeth like on vacation is so poorly photoshopped. It's ridiculous.
Oh yeah,
it's awful.
Because that's Tiffany's real husband.
Yeah, and they just
like paste Peter's face onto it. Yeah, it's so funny.
And the last thing that I have is the couch in the Burke's living room is a different couch, and I just noticed it, and I noticed it because I was looking at the bottom of it, and I was like, that's not the same couch. That's a terrible couch.
It's a terrible couch. I hate every couch in this show. I won't get into it, but I hate all of their couches. I hate this couch. I hate the set couch. I hate Neil's set couch. I hate all of these couches. Give these people real couches. Enough of this love seat shit.
Yeah.
Okay, I have 2 more.
Okay, go for it.
I have in the warehouse, Neil tells Hagen that they recognize like the signatures on the forged bonds.
Mm-hmm.
And Neil goes, I'm no stranger to vanity myself, so I understand the impulse. I just like that line.
Yeah.
And then I have, like, with the giggling, with the happy Neil at the very end when he gets his ID, he goes, I'm official. And Peter says, I own you for 4 years.
I love that line.
It's so unnecessary. I love it. But it's like, you went so hard. Why?
He did. But,
why are you being so possessive, Peter?
Because he's Peter.
He is. Yep. You're right. Why am I questioning it?
Fandom took that line and ran with it, too.
Oh, yeah. There's such big implications to I own you. That's such a hard thing to say.
Yes. But I mean, it's sort of true. Neil is in Peter's custody, literally. Peter is responsible for Neil and has final say on basically all of his life decisions.
Yep.
It's very good. All right. August.
Did we make a podcast?
We made a podcast.
Oh my God. For twice in one day.
We have been talking for 6 hours to each other about 2 episodes of White Collar.
2 episodes of White Collar. I sat at my desk at 10 a.m. this morning to take notes on this episode. It is now 9 p.m. But I am going to go eat dinner.
Well, first I got to do our outro. I guess.
Yeah, I was about to say, you want to give our outro?
You can follow us on Instagram, X, Blue Sky, and TikTok at Alleged Details, or on Tumblr and YouTube at All the Alleged Details. because they're the only ones that like our full handle. If you want to support our show, have ad-free episodes, access to early episodes, and bonus content, such as our original version of the pilot episode, check out our Patreon at patreon.com/allthealleged-details. Our theme song is titled Allegedly and was written for us by Baby Doll Bucky, and our artwork was made for us by Cheyenne Couture. You can find links to their info on our Tumblr. It's been a fun day, August.
It has been a lot of fun. I'm very tired.
Me too. I'm ready to stop talking.
Yeah. So come back to us next week when we talk about Threads.
Yes.
And possibly be less intense about it.
We'll see.
We might not go literally scene by scene, line by line, but who knows?
We probably won't.
Maybe we'll be just... Okay. Bye.
Bye.